thing, and I went in and go, let me get your fax number. I'm going to fax your menu every day. And every day I'd get there at fucking 9:30, and I'd start faxing numbers. Just press. It was one sheet, you just press the numbers, and I'd be there for 30 minutes. And dog, next thing you know, orders started coming in. He went from 3 deliveries a day to 10 to 15 to 25. What's the soup of the day? It was my own fucking department. Yeah. You know, I was walking out of that one time, bro. I was in shock when I did the math now. I was making $80 a day in tips. That's $400. Plus another fucking, you know, he was giving me another $200 or $300 a week.
Yeah.
I was making $2,800 delivering fucking sandwiches, though. $2,800.
That's great.
And still wasn't paying my bills.
Yeah.
And I was fucking doing open mics, and I was probably driving a limo. I had 8 jobs at one time when I was in New York, when I was an open micer. I mean, that's just, I had a big nut, and I had a big addiction.
Yeah.
And I had to pay rent. I had no car. I had the Ashways car, and then I got a job driving limos because the guy gave me a fucking limo. It was tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough out there. I can't imagine now where they've cut some of the hustles. You know, now what are you gonna do if you just want to sell weed? See, an open micer could sell weed.
Well, I think the problem now is like people also they get to keep on going on because everyone's online, everyone's interconnected, everyone knows what's going on, so people aren't like dropping off as much. Like, and then also in New York now, it's not even like that. It's not like 10 open mics. Now, literally in New York City, there's like, without even exaggeration, there's probably 200 shows going on a night. If you count everything between all the 5 boroughs, easily.
Now the Comedy Cell is packed. The Stand is packed.
Stand is packed. But the Comedy Cellar, there's 2 rooms. They got the Comedy Cellar, the Village Underground, which is packed, huge room. Comedy Cellar, Village Underground is packed. The Stand is packed. And then there's just a bunch of clubs. The New York Comedy
Gotham
Club.
is packed.
Gotham's always doing well.
New York Comedy Club. Is that Al Martin still?
Yeah, Al Martin's in New York. Oh, no, he sold the New York Comedy Club.
He sold it, okay.
He's Broadway still, and he's got another one right by the Comedy Cellar called Greenwich Village. So, I mean, there's like 15 clubs, but then there's all of the other, there's independent rooms. There's like another like 30 like cool like independent bar shows that are like hip and like, you know, the industry comes to. And then there's a bunch of shitty open mics and craziness. But yeah, it's great, dude. New York's a thriving place, but it's also a fucking shit ton of comics that aren't doing anything.
Sure.
And it's like there's no barrier of entry, so it's just kind of like the competition just keeps on rolling in, you know?
Me, I'd rather right now, if I was an open micer, I'd go to Michigan, I'd go to Chicago.
Develop an act.
I'd go to Houston.
Develop an act first and then come
I'd
and
go
have...
to Tempe, I'd go to Portland, I'd go to Seattle. There's so many markets that you could go in. You're still going to struggle, but it's going to be a little easier struggle. You're going to live with 3 dudes in a 2-bedroom. You might have to live on the couch or under the stairway. But, you know, you're going to be a bar back 3 nights a week. And you're probably going to work in a movie theater.
When you come to New York City or L.A., and I started in New York City, and, you know, I know, dude, you're fucking starting off being somebody where everyone has their eyes on you as you're not good at comedy yet. You're not going to be good for a few years. So if you work for a few years outside of New York,
outside of LA,
get
New
good,
York.
and then come there, and you have, you know, 15 minutes that you can impress people with, you're going to be in a good position.
Well, Brody went to New York when he had 20 minutes 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, that was good. He was developing in Seattle. Mitch Hedberg already had an hour or 2 when he moved to New York.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing.
Here's the thing: if you're good, you'll make an impression right away.
Yes.
I mean, here's the thing: people want good comedy. It's like, you know, and there's a lot of shit comedies. You kind of stand out when you're good in New York.
What about just as a person, like not as a comedian? Is it still worth it to live in New York City?
Yeah, as a person?
Yeah, because like it's always
Depends
been.
on what you want to do. Everyone's a fucking rock star in New York. The attitude in New York City is if a celebrity walks past you on the street, if you work in a fucking bank or the library, your attitude is like, who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. Because the average banker thinks that they're the fucking rock star of their bank. You know what I'm saying? So there's like an almost like you ain't shit type of attitude in New York City. So you almost have to kind of have that if you want to go there. Because I don't think anybody's going to New York City to kind of be happy and content with not making it, quote unquote, in whatever industry you're going into. It's too high of a risk. Why wouldn't you just move to the suburbs and do something else? You know?
Okay, well, I see what you're saying. I mean, I don't really think I'm that cutthroat, but it's always been a dream of mine to live in New York City. So I mean, I think eventually at some point I'd like to live there. Not really, no. I mean, I'm in the industry, but I'm not. I don't think I want to do stand up. But I don't know. Ever since I was a kid visiting New York from Boston, it's just I love Boston, and it's my home. But New York's a different feeling. New York, and I remember getting, because I always used to take those buses, and they would drive through Harlem, and as soon as you get into Harlem, it's a different feeling.
Lee starts screaming because black people are approaching the bus.
Oh, it's terrifying. But
I had illusions of grandeur moving my family in New York. I always liked the idea of walking around the Upper West Side, holding hands and walking to the school like I did, and doing spots. Then I got the reality that I couldn't afford to live on the Upper West Side. So I have to live in fucking middle New Jersey somewhere, which I wouldn't.
No,
mind.
you could afford to live in the Upper West Side.
Fuck no. Fuck
Yeah,
no,
you
I
could.
can't. No, and I wouldn't do it.
Not probably. Yeah, you could.
I don't listen, man.
I think you do. Believe me.
I'm not moving into a fucking apartment.
No, well, that's the thing. You're not going to fucking
I'm
have
not
like.
moving
I'm
to
sure what you have
Yeah,
out
yeah,
here
yeah,
is
yeah.
fucking.
No. I can't go backwards.
But you could for in reality, right? You got a daughter and a wife. Is that it?
Yeah, I need 2 bed. No.
How many bedrooms?
I need 3 bedrooms altogether.
Okay, for a 3-bedroom apartment, Upper West Side. Were you 88th and Broadway?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, look, you
$12,000
can look it up. No, it won't be that
No.
much. It'll be cheaper than that.
6,000, 7,000.
Yeah, that'll be
That's
closer
a
to
big
that.
stress level. Put yourself under when you're my age.
You can find
You
you
don't
can
need
find
that.
it for 5 if you really look. No, probably 6, 7.
Listen, man, I wouldn't want to put I wouldn't want to start the month -7 for a fucking apartment.
Yeah, it's expensive.
With a rat downstairs and in the winter.
I
can't do it.
I'm
now.
thinking in terms of a 1-bedroom, which is like what
Yeah. No. Check that price out, Lee. What it costs.
Yeah.
on the average.
Lee, what would you do in New York? That you just want to do like
I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm just saying.
one day?
Yeah, eventually it just seems like the place to be. Like I honestly thought I'm looking for these stats.
No,
Here.
it's okay.
I honestly thought when I was going to college that I would end up in New York. I didn't think I'd be in LA.
You can't attack that now.
But I got a job offer, so
Yeah, dude. I didn't
kinda hard
fucking
to
dude.
figure
I didn't fucking like New York at all when I first moved there.
really.
Yeah, I would visit with my friends like once in a while when I was like in my teenage years, and it was just too much, dude. There's too much fucking craziness and too much noise. But then you start to realize that that's only like Times Square. Like that's not like
Oh yeah, I hate Times Square.
when you
Times
get
Square is
you
the
go to
worst.
fucking little like cool areas. You go to Chelsea or like Hell's Kitchen or like Lower East Side. There's like cool like pockets that aren't like chaotic like that. But yeah, dude, it's fucking. I don't know, man.
You can't attack
New York City's a
that now.
fucking. I don't know if I want to raise my kid for the rest of my life in New York City. So.
Oh yeah, like that's the thing. I don't think you could. I mean, granted, these are just my opinions without having a kid, but I don't know if you could raise a kid in the city. So that's why if I did it, it would be before I had kids. That's why I'm.
No, you can. I do raise a kid in the city. We currently live in the city
Okay.
with a kid.
Is it harder? do you
It's
think?
way hard. I mean, dude, I'll tell you right now, like not driving, like. Dude, here's the thing. When I live in New York City with a child, you got to leave a half an hour early for everything that you would just do alone. Just fucking walking, dude. He walks, and you can't fucking drag him. You gotta fucking, like, my mom, I probably would have just dragged me and fucking grabbed me by my leg and dragged me down the street like a caveman. But you can't do that, So you literally got to walk your fucking kid, and he's now at an age where he's just as too big for me to put him on my shoulders. He's almost 4. He's big, too. So yeah, it's a lot harder, man. It's also like it's like kind of fucking dirtier. Like I got my hand. I don't want my kid's hand on a fucking guardrail in this New York City subway.
I just thought about the money. I thought about the winter time. I thought about the nut I would have to make. I thought about the drive to Kennedy Airport or Newark or whatever. And I thought about my idea that I'd have to move Lee out at first to do the podcast, find him in a fucking apartment. There'd just be so
Lee
many-
would be living fucking.
Oh, Lee would love it.
On a
I know
couch in
Lee would
Coney
love it.
Island?
Yeah, Lee would live in Coney Island. He wouldn't give a fuck.
I would have to live on a couch. These prices are
ridiculous. And you look at what nut you have to make, and you have to be realistic. I'm not 30 fucking.
Oh my
Listen, when I was
God.
32, you could sell me a boat about anything, and I would think about it and go, now I know what that nut is. I know what that nut is. I know what that nut is at the beginning of the
But
fucking
you also
month, and I know what the fucking cabs are.
there's something about like I almost feel like mentally. I really mean this. You know, it's with sales too. So like, let's say you had a sales goal, right? Whatever the sales goal was for the month, right? Just typically, if they made the sales goal, let's say 5 more units that month or the next month, you hit it. You hit the goal. You know what I'm saying? So if the nut needs to be bigger, I just think as with a sales mentality, you would just make a bigger nut. You
No,
would naturally,
I agree with you. I would do that. I've been doing that all my life.
So you would just.
That's not the problem.
I don't think it would change your
The
life.
problem
you
would
would
be
just,
I'm paying 7 G's for a fucking apartment.
Is it 7 G's?
All right. So
It's
what?
3
so-
G's a month that could be going into an account for my daughter.
Okay, so there's downtown, midtown,
No,
Upper East Side, or
Upper West Side.
Upper West Side. Okay, and you want a 3-bedroom?
Yeah.
A walk-up starts at $6,000,
Ooh, walk up.
and an elevator doorman starts.
It's 72 grand,
$8,000.
just to pay rent.
$8 grand for an
Without-
elevator. You want an elevator doorman, dude. You don't want to fucking walk up.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I dream about walking up fucking flights of steps. That's what I do every fucking day, Gomez. I walk around going, you know what? I'm gonna move out of here because there's no fucking steps. I want to walk up 4 flights of fucking steps. I see steps, I get anxiety. No, they ain't fucking healthy. And healthy for some people. I don't like stairs. I see stairs, it ruins my appetite.
That's the other thing about New York City,
Fuck
dude.
that shit.
I gotta in the summertime. It's in August, Lee. Oh, dude, it's fucking 98 degrees. It's humid as fuck. There's dirt in the air. You can't breathe. You gotta walk up subway steps. Sometimes when you find you hit a certain thing where you're like deep in Brooklyn, and you realize you gotta walk up like 4 flights of stairs in the subway in the summer. It's fucking awful, dude. And then you gotta do it with a baby. Now imagine you got a 3-year-old that you gotta carry up these fucking stairs. It's craziness.
No, thank you.
53.
8 G's a month.
So when I look at something now, I have to look at it for the family. How does this affect the family? I have friends that have kids, and they put themselves in holes, and I look at them and I go, how can you put yourself in this hole to be cool? You know, to have like a motorcycle or something. What are you, fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Every movement I make is around my family. It has to work out for them.
Of course.
You know, I tell people get pissed off with me when I schedule. I got a crazy thing about myself. My agent called me last night. He said, people offered you this. You should definitely take it. I said, what week is it? He gave me the week. I go, it's 3 weeks a month. I go, I got a rule. He goes, yeah, but you should really do it.
Your target is too far away.
You know what I got? Family, podcast. Those are all my jobs. I told you a year ago. It's 2 weeks a month. I don't care what you throw at me. I don't give a fuck. You know, when I'm in town here on Fridays and Saturdays, I'm with them, bro.
Yeah.
I don't really, like this week, I'm not doing comedy. I do comedy next week. I gotta start from scratch anyway. The special came out, it's over.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
by the way,
thank
man.
you. No. It's a lot of, so, you know, any move I make, I gotta think about my family. I know you were friends and we're
Your
tight, but
target
any
is
move
too
I make, I
far
gotta think
away.
about them. How does it affect them? You know, these people call you for all this shit and they get pissed at you, and you're like, you don't understand. That doesn't benefit them. I can't take them with me. Fuck, I just got a call for some comedy festival in Louisiana, and the guy called me back. He's like, I don't understand why you can't do it. I go, the money's fucking terrible, and I can see if I brought my family down with me, but I'm losing. You're taking me away from my family for a third of what I make. I can't. I gotta stay at home with them. I don't want to be that comic that goes on the road every week and then has a stroke in fucking Connecticut one week, and now I can't go on the road no more. We have lives, man. I don't want to be that guy. I saw what that does to people. Every week
An
to be on the
incorrect
road,
target is
fuck
selected.
you, my friend. Fuck you. I need to reduce my batteries. I need to be with my family.
Yeah.
I like taking my daughter to school and picking her up and, you know, going to lunch with my wife to some shitty taco place or going to see a movie. I don't want my life to be. When I was 30, yeah, I could do all that shit. I could do.
Did you see Arrival, by the way?
Who?
Arrival?
No, I didn't see nothing.
Oh, great fucking movie. But you got a kid, dude. It's the worst. It's brutal, dude. You got a fucking daughter. Oh my god, you gonna see Arrival, Joey? Do you cry in movies ever?
All the time.
Okay, you're gonna I mean this, Joey.
What kind of movie is it?
It's like a.
Oh, Will Smith.
No.
Oh,
It's a
it's nothing?
sci-fi. It's like it's fucking.
Well, first of all, stop right there. I don't do sci-fi.
Let me tell you, Joey. It's got like 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Listen.
Is it? No, I'm not even lying about this.
It has
I don't
negative
give a
98% on Joey Tomatoes.
You don't
Joey
understand,
Tomatoes.
dog.
Joey Tomatoes, come on. Listen to me.
Never happened in my life.
You listen to me. It's a great movie. Everyone loves it. It's gonna win every fucking award this year.
That's great. I'm happy.
But listen,
That's great. I'm not everybody.
but no, listen to me. It's
won an
not. It's
Oscar,
not. It's
Joey.
not your typical fucking sci-fi movie.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter. I won't go to it at all. So you can talk to your purple in the face. Doesn't really matter.
Can you turn the trailer on? Can you watch it?
Sure.
Are you watching? Turn the trailer on, Lee.
Okay. Let's see here.
Listen to me. It's a good movie, but it will break your heart.
Sure.
Would you watch it on TV if it came out?
No.
What if it wins best movie? What if it wins best movie of the year?
I haven't seen Avatar. There's a lot of movies I haven't
Avatar
seen.
stinks, though. That's stupid. This isn't like that, dude.
There's a lot of movies of the year that I could tell just by looking at the
No,
trailer.
this isn't sci-fi like that, dude. Look, I'm telling you right now. Watch the trailer. You gotta watch it. It's fucking cool.
Oh, he's not gonna watch this.
Yeah, sure.
Why? You know what? Did you see it?
No, I recognize the trailer. I keep forgetting what.
He knows me well. He's seen people pitch me to that purple. He knows that there's people waiting for me at movie theaters.
Oh my gosh,
We're
I'm
going
sorry
to
for
meet him.
giggling.
Listen to me.
I'll tell you, I'll meet you there. Yeah, we'll go tomorrow. I'll meet you there at 4 o'clock. Wait for me. I'll be there.
Buy me a
buy
ticket.
popcorn. Yeah,
Buy me a ticket. Buy me a soda and fucking nachos.
Sure.
I set it up. All right, here we go. That's Amy Adams too.
All right, that's the only reason why I would go see this movie. So,
She's hot.
yeah, I like her.
Yeah, she's cute.
She's beautiful. She's Irish, just how I like her. Red hair and dirty feet.
I love white chicks, dude. That's my shit.
love 'em.
That's
Love
my.
'em.
Is your wife white?
Fuck yeah, Irish like this.
I fucking love it. White chicks are the best.
Okay, so this doesn't look like sci-fi so far.
Where are you from? You'll be reporting to me, but you'll be working with him when you're in the show. That's what they call a UFO.
All right, 2 out of 3 actors I like.
See? It's a giant turd.
Who's being carted off in the medevac?
Not everyone is wired for what you're about to do.
So what do they look like?
You'll see soon enough.
The target is too far away.
That's where we go in.
She's the language specialist. And they're communicating with these aliens.
All right, turn it off. It's over. You just said the word aliens. That's it.
No, we don't know what they are yet, Joe. It's just a bird.
An incorrect
I don't give a
target
fuck
is
if it's 2
selected.
birds. You know,
This fucking Forrest Whitaker in his eye.
that's okay. I seen Forrest Whitaker in other movies.
Are you insane?
I don't like Martians.
And fucking what's his name?
That's a proper introduction.
More objects have landed around the world.
This is one of 12.
I'm never going to be able to speak their words.
Got 2 days. Figure something out.
I am human.
It's their language. We need to make sure.
It's great,
they
dude. I'm getting
understand
goosebumps
the
right now. It's
difference
really
between
good.
That's good. I'm happy for you. Turn this shit off. You're killing me over here.
It's fucking great.
You fucking took a 10-minute gap out of the podcast to
Even
destroy me with
the
this shit.
trailer looks good.
Take this shit off. Warships and Martians and
Let me
dust.
tell you something. You will cry. You will cry your eyes
I
out.
don't like none of
No,
this
he
shit.
won't because he's not gonna see it.
I'm not gonna go see it. Trust me.
Oh my god,
My wife will go see it and give me a review.
that was great. Anyway,
My wife likes these movies.
I don't like sci-fi either. I hate it. I don't like drama. I don't like sad movies.
No, I like all that shit.
I didn't.
except Martians.
Dan Soder. Do you know Dan?
No.
He's a fucking great comic. He bought me a ticket to this movie. I didn't know. I was like, I don't want to see. I didn't know what it was. He was like, dude, it's great. Everyone said it's great. I was like, fine. Sad fucking movie. I don't like sad movies. I've dealt with sadness in my life, so I don't need to watch fake fucking sadness. It's so funny to me that people go and watch. It's only
You
people.
like Cocoon?
I don't remember it. Dude. I remember when I was a kid. I just don't
The old
remember.
People, they jumped in the pool.
Yeah.
That was okay. I didn't want to see that either.
But that's a sad fucking sci-fi movie. It was a sad.
like
It was a
people
sci-fi
dying.
movie.
Far away.
It's good when somebody dies, somebody gets shot in the head. It don't bother me much. I
But-
like comedy.
I don't like movies
I
that
don't
are
like
designed
sci-fi.
to make you cry.
Well, Rocky ain't designed to make you cry. I cry like a bitch.
Which one though?
All of them.
No.
Rocky 1,
You cried to
cried.
Rocky 3.
I cried
Mr.
all-
T.
No, I don't think so. But I cried to all of them, basically. Rocky, I love you.
Yeah.
All that shit makes me go fucking bananas.
Anything with
When the
anything,
Godfather got shot in the beginning, I cried.
anything about being a dad, like that shit. Like now, there's all the kids movies too. You know how many fucking dads get killed in kids movies now? Good Dinosaur, fucking Lion King.
Which is good. You gotta
Baby's
prepare-
mom gets killed.
You got to prepare them. The day could come. So you got to sit them down and go, listen, I snorted a couple ounces in my day, ate some bad ass.
Oh my
I swam in the Hudson. I had crabs from the Hudson. I hang out with Puerto Rican people. Most people live to their 72, or most men. I might not make it there. So number one, let's do the best we can. And number two, I'm just letting you know people disappear from time to time. You gotta let them know. You gotta let them know.
Do you, with your daughter, when a person dies, because I don't even know how to really deal with it, because his grandpa just died, his mom's father, and you know he doesn't really get it. He's 4.
No, they don't get it.
But in the movies, they kind of like so how.
Oh, his grandpa died. I mean, listen.
He just doesn't give a fuck. He's not at the age. My dad died when I was that age, when I was 4 years old.
My wife's father looks like fucking Herman Munster. If he dies and my daughter had to go back and see him in that box, it would shock her for her life. She wouldn't even know what the fuck this is.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't bring him to the funeral.
She wouldn't know what the fuck this is. They don't understand it. I don't think I understood my dad's death at 3. I don't think my mom took me down there.
My mom, no, I didn't go to the funeral. My mom told me at 4. I remember my mom telling me. I remember the blue sheets on my grandma's bed. On my great grandma's bed. She sat me down and she said, "Oh, your dad died. He's in heaven now." She was crying, and I remember not really feeling much.
Did you go to the wake?
No.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the wake. I remember my mom telling me he died, and I didn't really understand it for about a year. But I didn't go. My mom didn't take me to the wake. It was just
no. I see that. It's kind of fucked up with that. Right?
Yeah, it's not at that age.
Because you're so sensitive. You're programming them. It's like to deal with that type of shit. I don't know.
You know, one of the worst things I ever did as a kid, when I was about 10 or 11, in Union City, New Jersey, my mom had the bar. This little boy and girl got kidnapped. They were missing for 5 days, and they found both of them cut up dead. And I'll never forget that for some reason or another, I decided to go to the wake.
Jesus.
Like I was just a young kid.
For no reason.
I watched it on the news. It bothered me so much.
How old were you?
Maybe 8, 9, 10.
What?
And I was at McKinley. So I wasn't at McKinley. It was the summer of Catholic school. And I walked to Union City. And I stood online. And I walked past 2 caskets.
Did you dress like anything, or you were just fucking dressed like a little kid?
Just like a little kid. Something about those 2 kids dying, I felt like I was connected to that age. I don't know why. I just didn't know why. I saw it on the news and I felt so fucking bad. And after that, I remember that I never talked to nobody in a fucking car. Like when people pulled up next to me, what the fuck you talking about? It was really weird how these are the things you fear for your child now. You don't know how to break it down to them.
But that was then, you could fucking, we were walking around, and I was in the suburbs, so I was in the city. But even then, the suburbs were fucked up too. There was pedophiles out in the suburbs.
Oh, there's pedophiles ever. We talked about this. About this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, we were fucking walking around. My mom, I mean, from the time I was 5 on, 4 or 5 on, my sister was 2 years older than me. She kind of watched me a little bit. But we would just go out. I mean, we would disappear for the whole day. That's it.
Did your parents talk to you about pedophilia when you were 5 or 4 ever?
My dad was murdered when I was 4. My mom was pretty open with like a lot of fucking crazy shit. Like I knew what sex was. My mom was like, just almost like to a fault. Like she fucked up. She was trying to like be open about shit and like teach her kids.
My mom too.
She just fucked up. She didn't get how to do it the right way. The idea was right, but she fucking missed the target.
Lee, you ready for another Star of Death?
Star of Death.
Lisa Yet. I think now about the mistakes my mom made that I don't want to make with Mercy. I'm not going to tell my daughter I'm a stand-up for however long I can hide it.
Yeah.
However long. The other day she came running in the office, and I was trying to they would send me notes for the special. This is about 2 weeks ago. They wanted me to cut the beginning. I left here, immediately looked at it, and I took it home, and we went home. I went home the next day. I was trying to write the minutes, and she came in, and she goes, "Daddy," and I thought she was going to catch it. She didn't catch it, and she ran out. She goes, "Mommy, Daddy's on the computer, whatever the fuck she says." Then my wife walked in.
My kid says pewter.
Pewter, and then my daughter goes, "Look, Mommy, look." And then I said something, but she never really caught it.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks ago at school, something happened where they asked her, "Is your dad funny?" And she goes, "Nah." And they all laughed, and they were like, "He came in today," and I said, guys, don't fucking say nothing.
Yeah, they asked me at my kid's preschool because I wrote it on the thing that I'm a comedian. They asked what your occupation was. I should just write radio because I work at Sirius XM. But they were like, "Oh, would you want to come in and do jokes for the kids?" I was like, "Lady, Do you know what the fuck I do?
Yeah,
Like, and then she told me she looked me up afterwards at the parent teacher. She was like, yeah, no, we get it. I said, look, I'll come. I know how to juggle, and I'll like joke around with the kids, and you could tell them that I work in like radio and stuff like that. We can maybe come in and they can record their own radio show because, you know. But my kid thinks I do podcasting for work because I do a lot of podcasting. Yeah. So you know, he knows like you know when I go out to my studio and you know. Yeah, he doesn't understand what stand-up is, you know. And I tell ridiculous jokes. Like, I fucking like my kid. You know, he should never.
You curse around him?
No, I try not to. I really try not to.
Slip and he don't pick him up.
No, he'll fucking. He tells me if I curse it, he's like, "No, Dad." But then he catches me. But then he gets to fucking say it because he knows what he's doing. So I'll say fuck, and he's like, "Dad, you can't say fuck." And then I'm like, James, you know you can't say it. He's like, yeah, but you can't say that. I'm like, oh no, fucking kid got me.
She hasn't got me yet.
This motherfucker got me.
I gotta tell you why I love you so much. I'll tell you the main reason why I love you so much.
Why?
The last time you were in here, you fucked me up because I left here and I thought about somebody who was really important to me growing up. Like he was a big bridge, and we're trying to put it together. You know, he's got the HIV.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I remind you of a guy that has the HIV.
Bro, when we was 16, he didn't have the HIV.
Right, all right.
But he was one of the most solid dudes I ever met. He was Cuban and French.
Yeah.
His name was Didi Quintero, and he's got a brother, Carlos. And Didi was a bridge. Like, I think about Didi now, like, dog, this guy, they used to call him Man-Child. He was fighting men when he was 15.
Yeah.
But he was a badass motherfucker.
Yeah.
We got into some fucking shit when we were kids. You know, I told his brother some of the stories. He goes, I didn't know you guys were doing that shit. I'm like, fuck yeah, we were robbing gas stations. Yeah. 15, 16. We thought we had it figured out.
Right.
He had a devilish smile like you. But you know what? My mom died. He took right to me, and every day we'd go back to his house, and his mom would feed me and shit. They would give me the biggest piece of chicken, and he would get mad at his mom. Mom, why does he get the big piece of chicken? Because his mother died. That's why, all right? Eat your fucking chicken. And you remind me a lot of him, man. And I think about Didi a lot now. Let me tell you how deep he went. Just to tell you, this guy, women would come up to me, girls in high school would come up to me and go, how do we get with him?
Yeah.
He was like a ladies' man. You know, we were friends till high school. I left in 83. We lost contact. His brother was wanted. They were looking to kill his fucking brother, some gangsters. And right before I left, they were looking to kill me too. Not the same people. And I was at a ShopRite, one of those places, like in fucking the other end of Jersey. And who do I see in the hallway?
That's so funny. ShopRite's such a fucking where I grew up like thing.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
I saw Carlos, and I go, Carlos. And he goes, don't tell nobody you saw me. I go, Carlos, they're looking for me too. We started laughing. That's the last time I saw them. Years later, I go home, and I go, what happened to Didi? He goes, like, bro, you better sit down. And they go, this motherfucker. Because when we were kids, we did a lot of acid, bro. There was a lot of nights that we just went straight. Like, there was no recovery. We just did acid every night. We did acid for a week straight, and we'd take 2 nights off. And then his brother would go out,
Asmodeans no mercy.
for his brother, we'd do a Quaalude, and we'd drink a bottle of Poopop vodka, and we'd wait for his brother to come home. We'd sit there until he'd give us a line of Coke. We were 15, 16. Yeah. We were fucking kids, man, you know? Years later, they told me he was the guy that pulled up next to you in the car and asked you, what are you doing right now? On a bicycle with no shirt on. And he was just blowing guys in Hudson County Park. He just somewhere the mental health came in.
Yeah.
He had mental health issues in his family. He got the HIV from intravenous shooting and all that stuff over the years. They just found him. If I'm 53, he's got to be 49. They say that, you know, he looks good, he looks healthy for having that, but he's working at whatever the fuck you call it, Salvation Army loading trucks. He lives there too.
Yeah.
He's putting it together, you know what I'm saying? It's rough. We grew up together, but his family was known for having mental health issues.
Yeah.
Even the brother now, when I talk to him sometimes, it's funny in conversation. He goes, you know, my memory's not that good. I got hit in the head with a pipe a few years back, and it fucked me up. And when he says that, every time I laugh, because every time I see him, he always says the same fucking thing to me. Providence, motherfucking Rhode Island. How you feel? 600 milligrams.
I feel good, man.
Your face is starting to change.
No, I'm telling you right
now. Your eyeballs are redder than
I think I can fucking dance. I'm telling you right
dance,
now.
Don't dance. No dancing.
No, I'm not a good dancer.
No dancing.
But
man.
I think the challenge is there. So 400 milligrams, I walk out. I'm a legend. 600, I'm what?
Did you eat this other one yet?
I ate the other one, yeah.
So 600?
I'm at 600, baby.
600, you're a legend.
I'm a legend. All right. Let it be known that I'm
You
a
get
legend.
a lot of fucking respect here from me, brother.
Good.
First off, a lot of people come in here crying. There's a lot of people I don't even say nothing to because I know they won't even. Listen, I don't want everybody to hear. You know, when you came in the first time, you came in with a reputation, so I just wanted you to loosen up. You came in a little, you know, and this shit will loosen you up.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
very
Lee,
loose.
how you feeling? Look at Lee.
I think this might be my record.
1,600?
Yeah.
We're going to go for 2 more hundred.
Oh, no.
2 more hundred.
2 more hundred. At this point, you know what's the only difference? The hospital bed. That you wake up tomorrow and there's tubes in your arms and you're like, Mr. Sayat, do you know why you're here? And you're like, let me guess.
Yeah, I don't think my insurance covers marijuana OD.
Here, smoke some of this.
Oh, cool, man.
What are you talking about? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we're going deep into the murky underwear.
Lee, it's getting crazy, baby.
We're gonna take another star, drink a little water, and we're gonna set the record at 1,800. Mr. Gomez here. Next time he comes on, we're doing 2,000.
Sure.
What do you think of that?
I think it's fucking phenomenal. I'm proud of you guys.
We don't fuck around here.
I know.
I built Lee's tolerance up. I built my own tolerance up. I work hard. I don't want to be one. Bro, I see these fucking guys from California talking shit. How much reefer they smoke. I don't smoke no reefer.
Yeah.
When I show up with my guns, they melt. What do you have in there? Oh my God. I had to leave here and drive 8 miles and walk on the beach and meditate. What the fuck are you talking about? So I want motherfuckers to know when they come on here, there's a long-lasting effect. You know, this ain't 2 motherfuckers just dicking around here. We're breaking it. We're going for 1,800 tonight, Lisa. Swallow that champion, Lee, like this. Look.
Is that?
Fuck it. Leave it for the mouth.
Yeah, but
You got nothing. Look at this. Like that, like a doctor and shit.
Okay.
Providence, Rhode Island. Go see my man, Mr. Gomez. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Do me the fucking favor like you went to CISO and download it. If you're in the area, go see him. Have a good time. Bring him a fucking number. If you're abroad and you got a sore throat, suck his dick. It usually goes away. You know what I'm saying?
My girl's a comic, so she'll be there.
It's
so.
Christmas time, cocksuckers. 24. What is it? What, look at this poor kid. Look at him. Mete mariconcito. Look at him. Holding on to the computer. Holding on to his nose like I threw him in the deep end. Fuck it, we're going to eat this star off the floor. We're going to split this.
No, we're not.
Yeah,
no, we're not.
do it.
1800, please.
1,900.
Oh my.
Please, right there. I got it. Please.
I think we
what?
should go 3 ways.
What? All right, we'll do it 3 ways.
Do it 3 ways. I'm ready to go.
Eat the star.
Eat the star. Eat the star.
Let's see what happens.
Nice.
Right, just like that. So we went 1,800 plus tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a deep night.
I went 600 plus.
You know what? I don't have to sleep tomorrow. I don't have to get up, so I'm getting anxiety all night. I'll be breathing heavy all fucking night. And that's it, and that's that, motherfuckers. Providence, Rhode Island. Me, I got no motherfucking dates. I got nothing till the 21st at the Chinese restaurant Ventura.
Can I promote a couple other little dates?
Sure.
All right, January 14th.
Forget that. That's not even going to work because it's too far away.
Okay.
By that time, it's the holidays.
Never mind.
Drop them anyway.
Fuck
Drop them for
that
this motherfucker.
date.
January 14th.
Fuck that date.
January 6th, I'm at the Kaluka Casino. Shut the window. Close the window.
Detroit Hustler Club.
Louis Gomez.
January 14th. Myself, Dave Smith. Special guest Joe List. Legion of Skanks presents. Get your tickets. DetroitHustleClub.com. That's going to be crazy, dude. The strippers there are fucking smoking hot. We're going to have a really filthy, dirty show, and it's going to be crazy.
You're crazy.
I like these strip club shows. They're pretty dope.
You're a bad motherfucker. I'm too old for this.
Thank you. No,
I go in there and look like a creepy old man. It's
great. No, you fit right in.
They talk to me. They ask me creepy questions. I don't do well in strip clubs. I'm not a strip club guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Here's why.
I went to one last Christmas by myself. I ran in and ran out.
Can I tell you why I'm a strip club guy and I'm a good one? Okay, because I don't ever pay for lap dances. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
No, you don't.
So I'll go in there.
Nobody does. They just drive Corvettes because nobody pays for that. No, I just go in there and give them $1 and walk out. I'm sure you do. Nobody goes to the VIP and tries to finger bang your pussy till it's fucking bleeding to death.
No, I'm telling you.
Not me. I
I go in, I hang out. I don't spend money.
No. You just stand back there like Johnny Cool, and they all talk to you because, you know.
No, they don't talk to me. I'm just saying the reason it's not a big deal for me to go to a strip club. All right, fuck off.
I love you to death. No. You go to strip clubs, you're a disgusting young man, and every once in a while, those bitches hypnotize you.
Yeah, I got a lap dance at the Detroit Hustle Club, and it was fucking.
And it's not one. You get 3 of them.
No, I got one.
You got 3 of them. Don't lie to nobody. We're family here. Let them know that you're the Captain Kirk of the Enterprise. I go to a strip club. You take 200 out of the ATM. How much a dance? 20? Let's do fucking 10. Throw one in for 11. And if not, let's do 3. Give me a hand job and and drink the cum. And fucking we're good for the other lap dances.
Yeah.
You can have it. You can do the breakdown however you want. Yeah, you don't want to dance. You can lick my nuts and shit and fucking we'll call it partners. I don't give a fuck. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
The last time I went to a strip club and really enjoyed myself was Bloor Street in Canada. Bloor Street in Toronto, BLOOR in Toronto, Canada. It was filthy.
Yeah.
I was biting their
Well,
pubic hair.
yeah. Up in Montreal, you're allowed to play with the titties.
Yeah, no, it's filthy. I like all that dirty shit. But to sit there like a half a fag and look at your pussy, and I gotta pay $80 to fucking finger you, forget about it. You know, I'm not into that. I'm too old. Listen, last Christmas I went to the Comedy Store on a Sunday, dog. I went to an ATM machine. I took out a deuce, and I got off at Van Nuys. I made a U-turn. I saw a strip club, and I saw a girl. I walked in. There was 3 girls sitting there, lonely as fuck. I couldn't believe it. Last time I went to a strip club, there was 200 guys, and there'd be 16 girls dancing, and money would be getting thrown. This place was sad, but all these 3 girls were hot. And I got to the car, and the one girl's like, Joey, I just watched you at the show. We listened to your podcast. Come in. And I said, so what goes on in here? She gave me a menu. I said, give me a dance. I got another dance. So I just broke it down. I said, listen, what's this doing? You know, let me smell that monkey. What are we doing? He goes, I can't do that. Okay, business is shut down. I thought it was like the old days. I could smell your titties and shit like that. This is all far. They dance 4 feet away. Like I'm fucking easy with the HIV. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. You gonna give me the papers, Lee, or I'm gonna sit here like a fucking stoots for 4 hours? I'm over here waiting, thinking he'll do it on his own, but no.
You didn't ask me.
I gotta ask you. You're the fucking producer of the show.
I strive for quality.
Are you not the producer? Are you not the manager?
Yeah, I have it right here.
All right, then get it together. Anyway, picture a world where putting on a new pair of underwear isn't just fresh. You're stepping into a better day. You ever walk into underwear and they're fucking tremendous and you can feel your whole day change? You ever have that? That's what happens when you put on MeUndies, all right? How the fuck do I know? Because that's what I wear. Every time I work out, I wear MeUndies. Why? Because it keeps the moisture in because of a fabric, a material called Modal. That's pronounced M-O-D-A-L. MeUndies focuses solely on producing the most comfortable underwear you've ever experienced, period. My friends at MeUndies sent me a few pairs a while back, and now I can't imagine wearing anything else. Now they sent me a Christmas collection. Santa Claus with white balls on my balls. Fucking tremendous, all right? For the price of 2 cocktails, MeUndies will deliver you a new favorite pair of underwear right to your doorstep. Better day guaranteed. You try them on. If they aren't the most comfortable, best-feeling undies you've ever had, they'll refund you and let you keep the first pair for free, including the price of the sweet touch of Modal, a special fabric that's best in its class raw materials that are scientifically proven to be 3 times softer than fucking cotton. I'm telling you, you know how you wear the white underwear? Listen, this MeUndies will change your fucking life. The uber-free cozy undies are sold exclusively on the MeUndies website, where you enjoy free shipping in the U.S. and Canada. And now, because of the holidays, for a limited time, everyone in my audience gets 20% off their first order, but you have to go to our special URL, MeUndies.com/Joey. Again, MeUndies.com/Joey. With MeUndies, better day guarantee. You have nothing to lose, especially around the holidays. Worst case scenario, you get a free pair of underwear. So don't wait any longer. Go to MeUndies.com/Joey right now for 20% off your first order. That's MeUndies.com right now for 20% off your first order and free shipping in Canada and the United States. What do you think about that, Lee?
I love it. I swear, get the sweatpants. The underdog, the unknown hero of MeUndies.
Yeah, no,
those
red ones I have, They're all fucking purpose. I only wearing my North Bergen shirt. I'm throwing fucking heat. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Louis Gomez?
I'm good, man.
You're looking around the room. You're hearing dragons and shit. I can see that look in your eye. You're starting to look like Ada Fernandez. I've been drinking the hint water here for a month. In fact, we're only down to 1 bottle. I think they sent us 30. Whatever flavor, I mean, this is great stuff. You know you should drink 8 glasses of water a day, but who really does? Coffee, soda, energy drinks, this, that. Why don't you just drink some more water? Because it's bland. Hey, I'm the same boat. You want something that tastes good. Here's the solution. Drink hint water instead. You know you should drink 8 glasses of water a day, but who really does? Nobody. Why? Because it's boring. That's why you got to go to hint water, okay? It was started by Kara Golden. After her 4th child, she was overweight. She had terrible acne. She felt awful. She was drinking 10 of those diet sodas a day like Lee. She started drinking water, but she wouldn't like it because it was boring. But what the options were there? Juice is full of calories, and no-calorie drinks are garbage. That's why she started Hint water. Hint is pure, infused with the taste of fresh fruit. With Hint, drinking water isn't boring. They have flavors to suit any palate. Watermelon, peach, mango, grapefruit. Hey, it's Christmas time. This is a great fucking gift, okay? No sugar, no chemicals, just great tasting, all natural, fruit-flavored water. Both Health and Self magazines have named Hint water the best flavored water because they know how important drinking plenty of water is to your health, all right? Now, do me a favor, please. Right now, for the holidays, get a single variety pack shipped directly to your door, including 3 bottles of each of Hint's more popular flavors: pineapple, watermelon, crisp apple, and blackberry. Normally $24. I'm going to give it to you for $15 at drinkhint.com/church. Again, normally $24, $15 for 3 bottles of each of their most popular flavors: pineapple, watermelon, crisp apple, and blueberry. Blackberry, normally $24. I'm giving it to you for $15 at drinkhint.com/church. Again, that's drinkhint, HINT.com/church. Again, drinkhint.com/church. Happy holidays to you bad motherfuckers. And as always, I want to thank Onnit, the major sponsor of the show, whether it's the Shroom Tech, Sport, or the Hemp Force Protein. They're always on point and always changing. Go to their website. Go to onnit.com right now and look at the selection of supplements they have. I can't help you with the metal, but as far as supplements, I'll give you 10% off, and you'll get the rock and roll and delivered to your door. Mr. Gomez, always a pleasure to see you.
My brother.
Mr. Sayat, you bad motherfucker, always a pleasure to see you. What are you doing this weekend? I'm going to a pug show. What is it this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend?
Look at this fucking story.
Oh, we're going to try to go to see that Bad Santa 2 again with Johnny Rock and his girlfriend. We're going to try to do that.
You couldn't avoid that fucking call. Like, it's a call from fucking Hitler, right? You see that number come up, don't even answer. You don't want to go to the movies with nobody. How old are we now?
Arrival.
What, are you going to have with a propeller and shit?
I don't know. Are you supposed to have a couple friends? I don't know.
Not to double date like a half a fag and hold hands and giggle at each other's stupid jokes.
No, you do a couple swap.
Huh?
We'll do a couple swap. Come on, Lee. You wouldn't do that?
I don't think it'd be me. You'd have to convince, to be very honest. I think it'd be the... yeah, actually it would. Because then you always forget that your girlfriend has to do it too. So that's not gonna happen.
Put the goddamn music on. Have a great weekend. I love you, cocksuckers. Stay black. We love you, bitches. We gotta go nowhere.
My brother.
Arialuma.
Show the Asmodeans no mercy.
I strive for quality.
Arialuma, friend. Come back anytime. Arialuma, friend. Come back anytime.
Everyone loaded?
What are your beats there? What do you? What's...
That's the fucking hit. Just hit record. Let's go.
We're going.
Oh, we're
Oh,
going?
we're going?
Yeah. This is podcast number who fucking knows? Shaylee, Rockstar, fucking, what did you put out? 6 in 6 days or 7 in 7 days?
It's over 8 hours. No, it's more than that. Shit.
It was 11
No.
hours. Someone
Yeah.
tweeted it. You put out a fucking news special and 11 hours of podcast this week. Good work.
Yeah.
Well, that was a lot of Vegas. Vegas was fucking crazy, and I don't. Is Vegas done yet?
Yeah.
I mean, it will be by the time people hear this, but we taped a shitload.
I'm gonna keep putting them out next week or this week as well, because we got so many that we can get through. I mean, we got stuff that we just kept This is why they're coming out now. Is we would get 2 or 3 ready to go, and then something would jump ahead. The prisoner guard and prisoner.
Yeah.
So then that would go in front, and then those would get pushed back, and then something else, the funhouse court, well, the incident before that, you know. So that's what happened, and we're just kind of cleaning the house.
Yeah, and we go on the road. Hey, people listening, yes, we're going back on the road. I am same as last time, where I'm going to be your host, your
Nice to
middle
meet
act in between comics, and then go up at the end.
Which means
I'll be doing the exact same amount of time.
you start the show. Get there on fucking time.
Yeah, maybe we change it up midway through, but let's throw out the dates right now. I know we start in Amarillo September 27th. We're driving this whole fucking thing with Andy Andrist and Junior Stopka and whatever special guests we can cull along the way. Amarillo, Oklahoma City, not that same fucking horrible venue we used to play. Fucking Hennigan fucked me on one.
One?
Well, there's one that I said never again at least 2 different times, and then we'd show up there. Like, we told Hennigan never book this again. But Hennigan, I think last time they had it seated. It was Zydeco in Birmingham, Alabama. And I go, it's one of those venues, and if you've seen a lot of my shows, there's those venues where I have to say, shuttle your short people to the front, because it's all standing, and it's always the tallest fucking douchebag.
I smell blood in the wings.
NBA player standing right up front, and some small girl behind him. But I guess it was seated last time, so maybe Zydeco isn't horrible anymore. But yeah, we're doing Arkansas. Listen, when you see Amarillo, Hot Springs, Arkansas, Birmingham, Peoria, yeah, I'm working on new shit still.
Oh, well, I just watched the Unbookables for the first time last night, and I can't imagine Andy doing anything other than what I just watched him do last night. So that sounds like fun.
My problem with Andy, working with Andy, is he was always opening for me, and we're into the same shit. So we'd sit around and watch, fucking History Channel, and it was and you see some reference, you go, oh fuck, I get one president called the other president a puzzle wit during the debates in 1861. I go, a puzzle wit? I can't wait to use that phrase on stage. But Andy can't wait either, and he's first. This time, I'm first, motherfucker. Steal the news of the day from me. Because Andy would do, he wouldn't even have bits. You guys know Andy. Betty and Cedric are here, and their kid roommate, and Will Ferrell from the Saturday Night Live is here. Andy would... whatever is a fucking tsunami or whatever the big news of the day is, and you want to dig into it, and Andy will just go up without a joke and go, tsunami thing, and he'd just step on the premise, So when you go up, you go, oh, I had a bit about that, but you just already trotted all over the fucking thing without having a bit. So now it's my revenge. I'm your MC. I'm your middle act between two headliners, Junior and Andy. And then I go up at the end and say whatever else I thought of. So it's a whole bunch of me in different places. And you know what? I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. Because when you go on the road with Andy and Junior, it's like fucking high school reunion. We're doing this for fun. I'm no longer stressed about, oh, I don't have the, I'm not really keen on the material I have. It's not really worked out. Fuck you. I'm coming to Amarillo. Eat my dick. You're getting fucking 3 headliners for the price of Adderall.
Adderall is the new cocaine.
It's such a strong stage drug. A Coke, you... For the first 15 minutes, you have a million ideas that are half abortions coming out of your head. You never get to the end of one. And then you get sluggish. Adderall, smooth sailing. I do it to be professional. What are the dates, Chaley?
September 27th, Amarillo, Texas. The 28th, Oklahoma City, OK. I don't know where this place is. It's a new one for us. It's ACM at UCO Performance Lab. So I don't. It's really directed to him. I don't know. Oh, you're chewing.
I was eating wasabi peas, so I stepped away from the mic.
So Oklahoma City's different. Thanks, Hennigan. The 29th in Fayetteville, Arkansas at Mermaids again.
Yeah, it's a fucking fish restaurant, Betty. It's so funny to work there. I did it once. I go, I'm playing a fish restaurant, a seafood restaurant.
Called Mermaids?
Yeah, and it looks like a seafood restaurant. It's not like...
It's a banquet hall for like wedding receptions and stuff.
Right.
But the front is an actual fish house. And the last time we went there, they had recently moved, but Yelp wasn't updated, so we kept circling this one building going, I don't think they're open. And there's no cars or nothing, there's leaves all over the parking lot. And
Not a strange thing to have no cars at a Doug Stanhope show in Arkansas. But
20 minutes before showtime.
This is an old Red Lobster. I don't know that we're in the right place.
I only aspire to one day play the Red Lobster in Fayetteville, Arkansas. This is a mom and pop joint.
So October 2nd is Memphis, Tennessee, back at the New Daisy Theater.
That's
fun. Yeah. And was it? Oh, anyway, October 3rd, Birmingham, Alabama. That's Zydeco. And wait, was that the place?
Yeah, the low ceilings.
Yeah.
And Tommy James was backstage after his wife left him.
That girl fainted in the front row?
No, it's where someone's wife, it was Junior's wife started giving you shit. He didn't get the light. That first time we went there with Junior, Birminghaming it up. Remember that?
Yeah, with Carlos Valencia.
Oh, we're gonna...
So, okay, let me finish.
On this one.
The 3rd, Birmingham, and Zydeco again. October 4th, Chattanooga. It's the Honest Pint.
Chattanooga, the best fucking hotel bar ever at that Days Inn. If you want to fucking bother me, you know you can find me at the Days Inn. What?
Just fucking...
Edit it out.
No, don't edit that out.
It is a great bar.
It's a fucking great bar.
Yes.
It's smaller than this bar. And you can smoke. And it has a 24-hour restaurant attached to it. Yeah.
That's right, the diner.
Yeah, I don't know the gig he booked us in. I've never heard of that.
For real, you should probably edit that out. You're going to ruin that.
No, actually,
all my Chattanooga fans are going to hoard the place. Come on. We're on the lam.
They're already regulars.
I might as well be wearing those Groucho Marx fake glasses with the nose and mustache on this tour because, no one knows me where we're going.
October 5th, Nashville, Tennessee, back to Zanies, the Dorfman Brothers. October 6th, Louisville, the Laughing Derby at Comedy Cavern. Isn't that Louisville the place where we...
Yeah, that's the old Comedy Caravan is now called the Laughing Derby.
Yeah.
I remember the green room way in the back.
It's downstairs, yeah.
No, they have a green room, but I can only smoke in the warehouse part. So
yeah. That's where Cleveland opened for you.
Yeah.
October 9th, Peoria, back at Jukebox. And those are the dates we have right now, and we're going to be adding a couple more.
Oh, there's Des Moines. We're going back to Vaudeville Muse.
Oh, Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And St. Louis back to 2720 Cherokee. Remember that refurbished part of used to be a ghetto, still kind of is.
Yeah.
But they're trying to
Lots of
gentrify.
bars on that street. It's nice, and they have the Star Wars dioramas up on the ceiling. I know. I did that for
remember
Tracy.
more than me.
That's the place where someone did your medical exam on the merch table.
Oh yeah, and I found out from my doctor that's not a ventral hernia. This one that splits the abs, she had some big name for it. She goes, no, the ventral, that's your belly button hernia.
Yeah.
The umbilical is still considered ventral. This is just where your abs split apart because you probably gained weight or coughed them apart from smoking. I did fucking. Just to close that up, I don't know if they're adding anything else, but I know we close in Wichita on the 16th somewhere.
Yep.
I love that we're doing a tour a week away, and it's still not completely booked. That's how we do shit anymore, because I don't give a fuck.
All of the tickets are for sale at dougstanhope.com through Brown Paper Tickets. So get your tickets now, because last time we went out. Didn't even matter. Most of them were sold out. So,
hernia, the inguinal, the one that really bothered me, is gone. This is a week after. I still have 3 more weeks. 4 weeks, can't lift more than 10 pounds. And I'm like, can we stretch that? Because we're going to be on the road for 3 weeks. I want Chaley lifting everything for me on the tour. And I want a scale. This seems more like almost 11 pounds. Chaley, can you get that cocktail for me? It's not an 11-pound cocktail. Please, I have...
What's your largest vessel for liquids here? I want to push the limit.
I've been on that self-imposed plan for the last couple of years.
Nice to meet you.
Don't lift anything?
Be careful.
But I get the surgery, and I don't have insurance. So, I go, I'm just going to pay cash, not literal cash. I didn't have a fucking narcos, briefcase handcuffed to my fucking wrist, but I'm going to pay money.
You'd call me if you did. Just walk around with you.
Would have been funny to just show up. Well, here's the thing. They don't know how much it cost just to get surgery. They had to call a fucking manager when I went in for the prelim. And they go, and your insurance? I go, I don't have it. I'm paying cash. And she stares at her computer like there might be a button for that, and then stares at me and stares at it. They couldn't tell me how much it costs for surgery.
The last I heard about your surgery was when we podcasted in Vegas, and there was no, you couldn't get an estimate. They still had nothing when you got there.
Well, the place that does the surgery gets their cut. The anesthesiologist gets their cut. The surgeon themselves they're not all together. And as they're putting me under, they go, oh, you know what, Susie Bazell, thank you, Susie Bazell, my own personal anesthesiologist. I feel a little Michael Jackson-esque to have my own personal anesthesiologist. She goes, the surgeon, Katie Arts, nothing like a hot Asian girl. That's what I said when I went in for my preliminary appointment. I go, I'm here to see Dr. Arts. She's going to stab me in the groin with a knife for money. I'm into it. Then I kept going on and on about how it's just a fetish, but I get these hernias on purpose just so she stabs me in the groin with a knife, because that's what I'm into.
I imagine they were amused.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. She goes, Susie says, Katie says, Susie had to really fight with them to be able to do this, because they also did my umbilical hernia. With Betty, who's here, talked me into getting one of my cocktail weenie was sticking out of my belly button. That can become necrotizing. And it was the word necrotizing, because I don't go to doctors.
Kimmy
you
said,
can die from that.
Kimmy also warned you when we were up in Anchorage years ago that could be necrotized. And
well, it was the word necrotizing that sent me to get that one fixed. This time,
but
but they did that for a trade out.
It was a charity associated with.
Yeah, I go, hey, you're going to give me free surgery. And then I did a show and I raised $17,000 for the Humane Society.
They didn't fall for that bullshit this time.
I didn't even ask. You know, I have the money. I can pay for it.
You can't keep going back to that well.
I
Hey,
went
any
back
more
to the
charities?
same people.
Who likes horses?
You think you have the money to pay for it? You have no idea what it costs.
You know how many pygmy goats are stranded every day on the side of the road? We need a shelter for the pygmy goats.
They said, yeah, they really had to hammer, I don't know who, I think the surgery center, to do this again. And I go, why? Because I'm paying for it this time. Last time it was like a trade-out kind of funny thing I put on my website. Hey, I'll trade you a free T-shirt and a CD if you give me surgery. And I got it. It was a joke, but it worked. Yeah. This time I go, yeah, no, I'll pay for it. But they said, yeah, they didn't want to do it, and the only reason they are doing it is because they did it last time for the umbilical hernia. And I go, but what? I'm paying for it this time. They go, yeah, but they lose money. And I'm like, oh.
They charge extra if you have insurance?
If you have insurance,
Yeah.
evidently, they jack the fuck out of you.
Well, they've got a way to charge with insurance.
This was
Well, it's
right-
probably not called jacking the fuck out of it, but yeah.
No,
it's
there's
the
a
same
button
thing.
for it, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No button for cash.
No.
There's a button for jack 'em up.
You're not asking them to exchange rupees. You're asking them the cost. They don't even give you a price. That's
They
the
have
thing.
no idea.
But they're not. The doctors are not. When I got the implant, the tooth implant, when I asked the doctor, I said, "Hey, I got a tooth guy in L.A. Maybe he can send you one of these teeth, and you can put." He goes, "Look, do you want the tooth or not? Do you want it? You're eating in my restaurant. You're eating my food. All right? That's basically what he's saying." And then I said, "Well, the cost." He goes, "I don't know what cost is. I fix teeth. The front. They're the ones who do the money." And I go, "You know what? That's the way it should be." But when someone comes in and says, "How much is it to do this?" Why can't they just say it's $7 million? What they don't even give you a price.
No, they couldn't.
Give me the high, and then we'll talk about where it's going to land.
Well, I'm picturing them giving you a price afterwards. Like, can you return? Can you just give me the hernia back? This is outrageous.
True, he made it.
I'm not paying this. Just untie whatever you tied and give me back the hernia.
Floyd, who lost his asshole to cancer, and moment of silence for
wife.
your asshole.
And more importantly, the
Go ahead.
insurance companies.
I mean, just I got to put in my own personal input here. The way I look at it, I think they charge more for cash. I'm pretty sure the damn insurance companies are getting a slack deal for, frequent flyers. And that was if you go in there desperate and you need to have it done, I think you pay a lot more.
Well, I think what happened with me is because I'm friends with both the anesthesiologist and the surgeon, they couldn't charge me what they charged Joe Blow off the street for cash if he
They
had
felt
$7 million.
Bad for you, and yeah.
Either way, well, I did end up paying for it. But it was different. Okay, the first person that calls, they go, "Okay, yeah, we need payment up front," and I'm like, "I live in Bisbee. I'm 2 hours away. Do you take credit cards?" "Oh yeah, we do." And it was $735, and I'm, holy shit! I was expecting. The
Some
first
zeros.
one, the umbilical,
Yeah.
the surgeon, when they were doing it for free, I said, well, what would this normally cost? Because I want to make some kind of thank you gesture. And she goes, between $7,000 and $15,000 probably. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't get you a Red Lobster gift certificate for that. I don't know how to thank you. And that's when I came up with the idea of doing a free benefit show for their charity of choice, because again, it's 45 minutes out of her day, and me doing a show is 45 minutes out of my day. So yeah, that worked out great, but that's more than 100% difference. She's so I don't know, between 7 and 15,000. So when I heard $735, I'm like, holy shit, I'm getting a fucking deal on this. Oh no, that was just one of the people involved in the entire string of
The receptionist.
people
That was
That was a receptionist cut at the front.
Your slippers.
That's for me just making this call.
No refunds.
No refunds.
I'll bear hug that hernia right back out of you, and we'll take it right back right now if you're dissatisfied.
Like those squeeze stress dolls. Boink. Hey, there's a hernia coming out of your ear. Chad, let go.
But again, it was even the needle, which I'm terrified of needle. Nothing. I watched it go in.
Oh.
It didn't.
But you were on an IV drip, so they had something going through you. You're like Twilight.
The initial first needle, I watched it go on my hand. Didn't hurt at all. They were fucking fantastic. The pain meds they gave me afterwards, I took a couple the first day just because I thought I should, but it didn't do anything. I likened the pain to the pain when you get really shit-faced and the next day you wake up and go, fuck, my whole side is like, did I fall down or something? It's all achy. Did I bump into something? It's not like anguish. It's just like, I'm all kind of like bruised. So I didn't need pain pills.
There's no
at all.
cut. I don't understand why it hurts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like below the skin. I don't know.
What did I do last night? So it was like that. It was fucking magnificent. I love anesthesia.
You were home by like 11, and it's a 2-hour drive. And then I said something about well, now you're probably going to take it easy. It was like, you said that same day, it's 1 o'clock. And you said, no, they want me to walk 4 times a day starting today. I'm like, what the fuck? But they want you... Floyd, if you want to weigh in.
Well, they wanted me to walk to the chair and back, but I was on a drip. You know, I was accepting.
You're on a morphine drip. You just had your asshole
I had my
cut
choice
out.
between Dilaudid and morphine, you know, and I just told them to switch it up, you know. Don't surprise me.
I'm glad you guys clarified that, because when you said he was on the drip, I was picturing his bag just leaving a trail everywhere he walked.
I'm still on the drip.
There goes Floyd.
Yeah, it didn't hurt at all. Fucking, I was up and around immediately.
Are you still doing
the anesthesia lasted just the perfect amount of time that it took Bingo to drive me 2 hours back from Tucson. Because normally, if I have to let Bingo drive, I'd be horrified. So I, till she got me home. Yep, got me home, and then I was just up fucking running around. I asked him, I go, what did you install, a generator in there? not usually this active, but all went well. So thank you, Dr. KD Arts with a Z.
Hey, do you still have to do the kick when you sneeze? You were doing the Rockettes kick?
I've only had a sneeze about 3 times since the surgery, and I plug it and...
Because you're afraid of blowing out your guts.
Yeah, well, I'd blown out the surgery.
Stifle it in the upper corridor.
And I had quit smoking for 8 days going into it. And last night was the first night I got, like, really legitimately Stanhope drunk. And this is,
That was it.
I was 8 days before going into it.
You were, you had cut down kind of...
I wasn't not drinking. I drank like a drink a night.
Tin can rehab style. You were definitely cutting way back.
Yeah, and then a couple days after, and then I started football Sunday. Fuck it, it's not gonna last. I'll start smoking. But I'd never got really drunk till last night, and I don't remember the end. It was a Xanax. I took a Xanax and came back out, and just like the anesthesia. They usually they do the whole count backwards from 100. They must have just jammed it in the IV, because I remember talking to everyone, making some jokes, and the next thing I know, I'm coming out of surgery. Like, oh, you fucking give me that. How long can I try to stay awake thing?
You didn't get the full experience.
They probably figured you had a high tolerance and just jacked it up.
They're probably bored with my jokes.
All they said to me was, "You're gonna feel something in about."
Not even that far. And I was gonna. I did some manscaping, because I know they have to probably shave you, so I did it previously in the night.
To your chest?
Yeah, he was motioning to his chest for the listener. That seemed weird to me.
No, I
as
did
well,
the whole
Shaylee.
fucking full frontal, because you don't want to just. I don't know where they're cutting exactly, because it's laparoscopic, so. They're not cutting right into the hernia. They're going through the belly button and 2 other places.
You thought they might go under the
Well,
nipple?
You should have shaved in a message.
I just fucking trimmed the entire thing down and then shaved directly where around that part. I didn't want to have like one. Jenny's here. Woo-hoo-hoo. So I was gonna write on my chest with Sharpie DNR, do not resuscitate. But I was gonna write DNR until after 3 p.m. Because
like a late checkout.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. Anesthesia is so fucking good. I never sleep that good, even with Xanax. But they wake you up right afterwards. They give you drugs, I found out. I go, well, like, if you give me anesthesia, that's good. I'll take a double dose of Xanax and I can sleep 8-9 hours. So how is it that you give me anesthesia that knocks me out while you're cutting through my guts, yet I still wake up half an hour after it's done? Oh, they give you other drugs to wake you up.
The other syringe.
I would sleep for 24 hours. So I wanted to like sleep the full anesthesia.
Can you decline the wake-up drugs?
I'm sure for a price that
you
they don't know.
You have to lock out that room for the rest of the day.
Yeah, hospital time is expensive,
Yeah.
dude. They had to run you right out. You know, it's like you're in the express line, you know.
Turn and burn.
I
got AC in the car. I can sleep there. Fuck you guys.
You're lucky you didn't get a drive-through.
I want to, like, these doctors are friends of mine, but not good enough friends. I want good enough doctor friends that they'll come down and do this shit on the wink, wink, nudge, nudge right here.
Like Civil War surgery?
Yeah, fuck yeah. They got the equipment.
It happens somewhere. Third world countries are doing it now.
I did search, I did hospital shop, because you can do that. You need a kidney, you can go online and find out where they do different surgeries cheap. And I did want to do the hernia surgery. What are they? Medical tourism, they call it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that just because it's a funny story.
Out of the country.
Yeah. But the problem is, I wanted to, you know, I want to be in a place where I can lay on a couch for a week.
With a hot doctor.
With a hot doctor.
Come on.
Barely even remember that part.
So, shall we break? Because Chad's got some shit to talk about.
This guy's been filming the whole time. Should I throw him out?
What about, did you have some thank yous?
You're not periscoping.
No, it's Facebook Live.
All right.
I got some thank yous,
I got
but
one hot chick from high school that's watching.
All right.
good.
Wait,
Makes
This
it
is
all worth
live.
it.
Are you putting this out live?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not supposed to do that.
No, you're not supposed to
Do
do
that
that.
shit.
It's off.
All right, we're gonna take a break. Beat up a youngster.
All right.
Why wasn't he in front of a window? Oh shit! We should get to. Do you want to talk about the Betty? All right,
Let's take a break.
we'll take a break, and then Betty's gonna come back with the big Bisbee standoff, shooting bullets flying through her window. Nothing ever happens on my street. Oh, but it does.
I was there.
Please hold. Hello, Bisbee voters. When you walk into that poll on November 8th or 9th or whenever the fuck it is, you listen to me and you fucking listen good. You're gonna go into that poll booth on election day, whenever it is. It's in November, I think. It's probably a Tuesday. You're gonna look at a bunch of names. You don't know what the fuck you're doing there. You know what you're doing there? You're voting for Jason Lindstrom, Betty's offspring. He's running for a state representative job. Do you know what that means? No, you don't. We don't know what it means. We know he's a good fucking guy. You should vote for him. So all you have to do is go and vote in Cochise County. He's running for Arizona State House District 14. Do you know where District 14 is? No, you don't. You just have to remember Jason Lindstrom, and you have to vote for him. You have to tell your friends. When you go to work and all those people that just talk nonsense, just go, oh, I hope you're voting for Jason Lindstrom as though it's the most important thing in the world. Don't add any details because they're gonna think you know details. They don't know details. Just keep saying Jason Lindstrom over and over again and act like it affects their job, their children, whatever it is. Get someone dumber than you to vote your way by acting like you know exactly what the fuck is going on. What the fuck is going on? Jason Lindstrom, District 14, State Representative. He's a good guy. And he knows what the fuck he's doing. Let's do that. Paid for by the committee to elect Jason Lindstrom. All right, Betty, Nurse Betty, as you know from the podcast, and Cedric. Evidently, there was a 40 cop car tank involved shooting situation.
I read about this.
I heard about it. Betty lives out on the border, like right on the border. We're near the border. I say I live in a border town. Betty lives where the fucking border patrol drives through her fucking
My
yard.
South 40 just about touches the border.
Yeah. So, and your daughter Kimber lives next door.
Adjacent. Next door is it's about a quarter mile away, but that's next door.
According to the police beat in the Observer, at 1:54 p.m.
In the paper, no, they started getting involved at 3:45.
Well, no, it was 5. No, it was 5:45.
Right, but then they go back and say, but there was another call at 3:45.
Okay, so at 1:54 a.m. on a Saturday night, was it? Whatever it was.
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Yeah, whatever.
Bullets fly through Kimber's house.
Well, here's what happened. I woke up about 1:30, and I heard some it was like somebody driving a tent stake in the ground. And I thought, that's kind of weird. Is it an animal in the roof? Because we've had animals in the roof before. Is it an animal in the roof, or is somebody driving a tent stake in my backyard? You know, it was a strange noise to hear it at 1:30 in the morning. So I kind of try to go back to sleep. Okay, then I hear it again. Pop, pop, pop. I thought, you know what? That's a gun. So I called my daughter. And because she lives about a quarter mile away, which is next door.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I heard some gunfire, get alert. Something's going on out here. And she goes, I think they just hit my house. And so, okay, I heard that. I said, okay, you hang up. I'm going to call 911. This was my first call on my phone.
You hang up first. No,
Yeah,
you hang up first. No, you hang up first.
So, okay, according to my phone, when I went back and looked, 1:49, I called 911. And I say, it's kind of weird, but people are shooting at my daughter's house. I think maybe somebody needs to come out. Now, we didn't know.
Passive-aggressive Betty.
know.
I don't want to be a bother, but it seems possibly
the
live
bullets are-
rounds are coming through my daughter's window.
I know this is weird.
Well, so we didn't know. Is there something going on? Is there like a cartel battle going on? I mean, has ISIS invaded my backyard? I mean, we had no clue. Was there one person? Was there a dozen? Was it 20? We had no clue.
Should I vote for Trump? I don't know. Maybe a wall's a good idea because.
Well, we didn't know. So okay, so they go, well, we don't know. We'll have somebody there as soon as we can. Well, then I found out that in Cochise County, there's no sheriffs on duty between midnight and 6 a.m. So if you want to commit a crime, there's the time to do it. There's nobody on duty. They've got to get dressed. They've got to put their gear on, and then they can come and maybe help you out, okay? So at 1:49 I called, nobody came, and then I think Cedric called at 2:02, nobody came, and then finally, 45 minutes later, two sheriffs, one from Sierra Vista, which is
25 miles away.
yeah, and one from Bisbee, and a city policeman Bisbee City cop shows up at Kimber's house.
Which is not their jurisdiction. She's a bit is outside the city limits, so they
6
get dealt
miles
with by the
outside.
sheriff.
Yeah, 6 miles outside. Now remember that there are 1,200 border patrolmen stationed at Naco, and supposedly there to protect the border.
1,200?
1,200.
Yeah.
When I moved here in the 70s, there were 10. 10.
Yeah.
Now there's 12.
That's before Mexicans discovered fucking and overbreeding.
Well, that's before Betty got away with all that shit when there was
well,
only
that's
10 people
that's
on the
beside the
border,
point.
remember?
Yeah. Back when
Let's
Betty
stay on
used to
topic here.
sells spilled drugs.
All right, so now there's 1,200 border patrolmen, and what are they there for? Ask
Daisy
Trump.
chain?
No, they're there to protect the border. Well, it turns out that it's not their thing when they're shooting, because that's probably for the sheriff, because it's a state crime and it's the sheriff has to come out. So the border patrolmen, I mean, they didn't know if it was a cartel or ISIS or border security. They didn't come. They didn't feel it. No chopper. Now,
Federal
now,
agencies,
if-
only county
Yeah,
agencies.
if you look at our Facebook page, Cedric a couple of weeks ago put a little clip on a helicopter that circled our tomato patch for an hour and a half. Circle the tomato patch for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
When a psycho starts shooting through your windows,
Yeah.
the helicopter's down for the
Okay, so it turns out that my grandson, who's almost 16, was sleeping on the screen patio when these bullets started occurring. Okay, one bullet went over his head, so his mother got him in the house, made him lay down in her bedroom on the floor. 2 more bullets come through the dining room window and one through the kitchen window. Misses her husband's head by probably 2.5 feet. I mean, they're whizzing, and he's a big target.
God,
he's
yeah,
300 pounds.
I was gonna say 2.5 feet.
I mean, he's
Jesus,
how
come
wide
on.
is he? You know,
Let's send those guys to fucking
He's a-
target range. Come on, you could have got James.
he is a big target.
2.5 feet either way, you would have hit that guy.
I know.
He's bigger than you, Chad.
I remember.
Don't worry. No, we're saying we're lamenting that they missed.
But it is, it was very dangerous. Okay, so 45 minutes later, 3 guys show up and they go, "Oh yeah, there's the bullet holes. Yeah, they went through your window. Yeah, they lodged. Here's the slug lodged in the kitchen wall. But you know what? I don't see anybody now, so I guess we'll all go home." which they did.
Yeah.
They just kind of all went home.
You have an active
Reasonable.
shooter.
Yeah,
And they come up and go, yep, them's bullet holes.
You know,
Have
yeah.
a nice night.
Yeah, there's some bullet holes there. Yeah, they just barely. Okay, so they went home and George, you're gonna remember this whole thing too. When I first heard him, I went and woke up Cedric and I says,
No, when
we
you
got
first
some-
heard him, let's go back, you tried to go back to sleep.
No, I didn't, but I woke him up. And
It was
I
the
said,
second time you thought,
and I
that's
said-
not a sledgehammer.
I said, wait a minute, maybe you should get up, Cedric. I got some because shooting. And he went, well, so what are we supposed to do? So he went back to sleep. So
I love Cedric.
Floyd, who lives in the apartment adjacent to my house, didn't even wake up.
I put my gun under my bed and I went back to sleep.
He didn't.
Told me that the other
he
night.
didn't care.
He woke up, heard
Normally,
it,
I
grabbed
like
his-
to wake up locked and loaded, and I was just loaded at that point.
Well, finally, Cedric decided to protect the family. So this you have to remember, this night is totally black. It's the post-hurricane night. The hurricane night where there was no moon, there was no stars. It was so black. You couldn't see anything outside. So after I think Taylor put a couch in
Taylor's
front of
a kid that
the
lives
tenant.
with you.
Yeah, he lives there. Then Cedric got on the roof with a 38 special. I'm not sure what he was gonna do, but he got up on the roof. Total black night. Okay, this went on. Okay, so we went back to sleep. Okay, 5:55 in the morning. It's now light, and I hear some more shots. Okay, at 6 o'clock in the morning, one of my neighbors calls 911 and says, my tenant, his tenant, just shot me. Okay, he winged him. It's an old flesh wound.
It's a flesh wound.
It's a flesh wound. He winged him, and he's now barricaded in his house. Now, this man happens to be a black person. I have no idea if that related to this
well,
whole
first
story
of all,
or
it's
not.
very rare in Bisbee.
Yeah, there's not many people
think
that
this
are of black heritage.
Four black people in a town of
four, about
5,000.
I'm
Okay, so
guessing he
he-
was a shut-in. I didn't know this one.
Well,
He was a shut-in now.
he went into his little casita, which is in the back of my neighbor's house, and then all hell broke loose. Then the sirens
I saw
blared.
pictures.
Oh, it was
There
probably
were like 40 different vehicles,
about 40
a
vehicles.
tank, a
There was a
helicopter.
tank. There was a helicopter.
How many hours later, though?
This was well, that's at 6 o'clock.
4 or 5 hours later.
Yeah, yeah, and now
Once they found out
all-
it's a black guy, it's like that Cheech and Chong movie where Pee Wee Herman's the front desk guy and he goes, "I think they're Iranian, man." And then all of a sudden the response.
So when we didn't know if there were 20 ISIS invaders coming on our property, nobody really get, oh yeah, there's a bullet hole there, they're shooting. Okay, so now we know it's one black man who is, we know his history. The poor guy is, he was
Mentally ill.
he was brain damaged when he was a kid. Somebody ran over the sidewalk on Tombstone Canyon and killed his mother, his sibling, and he was like 7 or 8 years old. Brain damaged him. Everybody knows him in town. We know where he is. We know it's one man. We know he's now barricaded in his house, and now the troops come out. So it was incredible. I mean, there were guys running
For the
around
listener, this is a rutted old road out at the border. This is not in a city anywhere. There's not a store. There's a house every quarter of a mile on this rutted, washed out dirt fucking road. And I saw the pictures of every county, state, city, tank fucking situation as they're trying to talk this guy
There
out.
were snipers on everybody's roofs. There was one guy I saw, and he had some kind of a weapon that the muzzle on it was like 6 inches in diameter. RPG. An RPG.
For the listener, she's showing her hands like a giant gaping vagina. If you watch gaping anal porn, it's a bigger muzzle.
So all these people are out there. Most of the guys are kind of leaning against their cars, not doing a whole lot. They're watching all the
City
guys.
workers.
They're watching all the guys run around the desert. I mean, it was absolutely. They evacuated some houses, But here's Cedric and Floyd were still just home. Nobody cared about them. Nobody wanted to go back. We said, well, they're over there, And I was at my daughter's house now. And I said, well, can I just go home? Because that's happening way over there. And can I just... No, it's going to be evacuated. You can't go back home. This is the crime scene. We have an active shooter. And here Cedric and Floyd and Taylor was there too, just in the house. Nobody cared.
No one's
Nobody cared about
evacuated
that.
at all.
Yeah, there was another house about a quarter mile beyond my daughter's house, and there's a man, a woman, and a 10-month-old baby there. Oh, they forgot about them too. They didn't care about them.
To be fair, Floyd was evacuating into his bag the entire time.
I was passed out, and they had holes in the walls.
Yeah, so that's the story, and what happened eventually was the snipers and all their big megaphones, and they finally got this poor, pathetic, mentally challenged, brain damaged person.
Camp 2. If you've watched the new CISO special, which we'll get to after this break.
So they handcuff him and they throw him down, and he's injured somehow minor. I'm surprised they didn't kill him, but they got him down because those snipers wanted to shoot somebody.
Hang on, this goes back to the unseen, unfinished pilot. Was it his gun?
Who knows how we got the gun? Yes.
So we don't know. That's yet to be known.
He's
how he
also
had a gun.
already a felon. 15 years ago, he stabbed somebody and he was in prison.
Oops. Well, he can't have a gun if he's
he's
a
not
felon.
supposed to, but who can say,
I'm just saying, if he had some kind of mental illness or something that didn't track, then he could probably buy a gun. But if he's a
can buy a
felon,
gun.
there's got to be some kind of restrictions.
You want to go buy a gun?
Well, there's people that can't buy a
10
gun.
minutes, I'll have you a
It's called
gun.
a flea market.
10 minutes, you can have a gun in business.
This guy
I'm
is
not
in
a
jail.
felon.
This guy's in jail now.
Well, he's in jail now. Yet he shouldn't be in jail. Jason has seen him a couple of times and has recommended mental health, therapy
And that leads us right
programs.
back to Bingo's mental health care, also discussed on the new special on CISO.
CISO, what's that?
We'll get to it after this break. But Taylor, he's some boy toy that I assume services Betty when Cedric is asleep. How old? You're a tenant out there on the border.
Haven't you noticed how we pick up all the riffraff when they need a place to stay in Bisbee? So
I
it's
won't
not
defend
riffraff.
that. I am riffraff, but
Betty's very.
The funniest thing about that night, and it was absolutely hilarious. They're fishing around for this 38 special they mentioned earlier, and Cedric's up there on a stool trying to find it, and Betty goes, "Well, it was right up here." And he said, "I hid it from you last time you were mad at me when we had an argument." That was fucking awesome.
Thank you, Taylor. All right, so that's a good clean break.
Gulch life.
Betty just took a bunch of painkillers and Benadryl, so we'll be back. Chad has a good story, and we got to talk about the new special and how you can steal it. Get it for free if you can't just fucking get it for free. I'll explain that. Don't give me a confused look, Chad.
I understand.
Yeah,
I've subscribed and unsubscribed already. I'm way ahead of the game.
And we have to talk about the latest James Inman Unbookables thing, so we'll be right back. Hey, my new special, Doug Stanhope, No Place Like Home, filmed right here in Bisbee, Arizona, is now available on CISO. SEESO.com. Go to CISO.com. It's a live streaming thing like all those other fucking things. But this one, you get a free trial. I know it lasts longer than an hour, and that's how long my special is. So go to CISO.com, and so how about that? This special is free, motherfucker. Big J. Okerson's on the label, Harmon Quest, Rooftop Comics. There's a bunch of shit. It's all comedy. So, check it out. Get the free trial. Watch Doug Stanhope, No Place Like Home, and spread the word about me and CISO. And that free part. Yoink. Wink. It's a fucking all-star cast.
What's that?
Tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it always?
Floyd. Hey, if you haven't seen the article in the New Yorker, just Google search Stanhope New Yorker. Our embedded, entrenched journalist Adrian LeBlanc wrote a great story about that whole Vegas thing in the New Yorker. So look for that. Chad Shank is here. Greg Chaley's here. A lot of other people are stepping up to mics. Bingo showed up. Jenny showed up. Cedric and Betty. Floyd. All right. Anyway,
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get back into this
We
thing.
have a list of things to talk about. You keep talking about who's in the room with you.
I'm trying to read my notes.
You still on anesthesia?
Chad Shank got a ticket.
That was fucking ridiculous. I got a ticket in my Ranger, my Polaris Ranger, which is a fucking souped
It's
up
a
golf
golf
cart.
cart.
Yes,
It's like
a golf cart with big tires.
A hunting
And you drove
golf
that
cart.
here tonight, right?
Yeah, it'll go 60 miles an hour if you push it, but for the most part, I use it
Street legal.
It's street legal.
Yeah.
I use it to go get hay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking little golf cart.
Betty, you have one of those too, right?
I get a little Kawasaki thing.
Yeah,
Kawasaki.
Yeah,
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Side by side.
You drove
they
my
call it.
nephew to your house in that thing. So you get a ticket to the fucking golf cart?
Whoa.
Sorry.
I was driving down the road and it's 25 mile an hour speed limit. Jenny's been pulled over on there for some bullshit before, and the guy was a dick when he pulled her over, and he didn't sign his ticket. And I was like, you don't have to show up. She made me call the court and confirm that she didn't have to show up, but I'm like, he didn't fucking sign the ticket or give you a court date. You don't have to fucking show up. So anyways, I'm on this very restricted road, and I'm watching my speed, and I'm under 30. I'm keeping it just under 30. And I pass a sheriff who's parked on the side of the road. I wave at him.
Was he also in a golf cart?
He was in a Blazer. He had to have the AC going because he was dressed in full tactical gear. He may have been ready to go to Betty's house. I'm not sure.
But instead, he decided to stop and give you a ticket.
Well, he was on call for more serious crimes. He pulled me over and he says, do you know why I pulled you over, sir? And I said, I do not actually know why you pulled me over. He goes, do you know what the speed limit is back here? And I said, yes, sir, it's 25. He goes, do you know how fast you were going? I said, 28? He goes, you were going 30. What? He said, I didn't say anything, actually, that I wanted to say at that point because I'm a diplomat and I'm smart. So what I did instead is what I always do when I get pulled over by a fucking
lunkhead,
meathead in fucking full tactical gear is I open my wallet to take out my driver's license where it also shows my military ID because that helps ease the situation immediately.
Young Taylor was just talking about getting out of a ticket for being military. It works.
That's how it works. When I rode my motorcycle, I joined the American Legion so I could wear a vest that said American Legion on the back. It cuts down.
I'd take a knee during the national anthem now just because they allowed you to serve.
It cuts down on the bullshit most of the time. What I forgot to do is I have to move my medical marijuana card so
you beat me to it,
not
bastard!
visible. So I did fuck up there, but he bit and he, what branch service were you in? I was in the Army. What MOS were you? I was a mechanic. Sierra heavy wheel vehicle mechanic. He was clearly military. We fucking did the regular banter where I can get out of my ticket. And he goes, here's the deal.
That's the wrong target.
We had a lot of parents calling in lately because kids are getting out of school and people are doing 70 miles an hour down this road. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen people doing 70 mile an hour down this road. They're fucking dicks. He goes, well, the consequence of that is we have zero tolerance for speeding right now, so I'm going to have to give you a ticket for 30 and a 25. in a golf
From
cart.
the Border Patrol?
No, Sheriff. Oh, Sheriff. So he disappears for almost 20 minutes, which left me ample time
Fuming.
to fucking seethe. I had so many things I wanted to just sarcastic fucking, sir, I want to tell you how grateful I am that you were here at this moment to save me from exceeding the speed limit, and I want to tell you how grateful I am that I live in a county where nothing more important than me going 5 miles an hour over the speed limit was happening in Cochise County right now.
Yes. I'm glad that you wore that bulletproof vest because 5 miles over the limit could really take a guy's chest out. You cunt. Fucking coward.
Oh, that was much more mild than the things I was thinking. But I wanted to.
I was riffing.
I wanted to
I was
cuss.
scatting.
I wanted to fucking. But I knew it would do me no good, as a diplomat knows, and I fucking said what any diplomat would say when he handed me a ticket: is fucking yes, sir, thank you. But then that motherfucker tried to thank me for my service. I want to say thanks for your service. But fuck you! You don't get to fucking address that now. That was supposed to save me from a ticket, motherfucker.
Irony.
So now I have to go to court for a 5 mile an hour over the speed limit ticket in a golf cart.
Can I be your attorney?
It's $62. I think I'll be a diplomat and just give him $62.
I think
if anybody wants to donate to my. No,
Are you going to do a crowdsourcing, some kind of
GoFundMe?
Donate to Andy Andrews' DUI fund before you donate to my $62.
Oh, there's a buck from Taylor.
buck.
So you're almost there.
61.
So what was the area that you got pulled over in? Is it near a town or is it near?
That's a good question because I can describe it. On the left side is I think it's a trailer park, but it's not an organized trailer park. It's just a lot with
like
trailers.
Slab City.
It's like
That
a
could be
lot
anywhere
with
in
trailers
Arizona.
on. Half of them don't have anybody living in there. They have plywood over the top. There's some couches outside the trailer right where I got pulled over that said free last year. Now it's just couches sitting with weeds growing all around them. And on the other side of me is nothing but desert for as far as you can see.
So there's no like a school or a bus stop.
Nothing at all.
Just a flash mob mobile home park.
At best, I could have hit a crack baby in this area.
Remember fucking Brendan Walsh's bit about crack babies? And where are they now? Because they have to be crack adults? Because that was the 80s. I can't remember how it went, but it was a fucking beautiful bit. And we'll be doing the same thing about Zika babies in 20 years. I won't be here to see it.
Yeah. Brendan Walsh, Bone Zone.
I, for one, feel really protected that they were out there taking care of you. You know, I think that
when bullets are flying over her granddaughter's head.
I feel safer that they were out there watching for you speeding 5 miles over the speed limit.
I had so many sarcastic things to say to him, but then I realized that you're fucking stoned as shit.
When's your court date?
You know, the 29th, September 29th.
Fuck, we'll be gone. This falls into the category of it's only funny if you really do it. And on that pilot, I really wanted to do that, but I don't know enough current comedy. I remember Ron Morey used to have a bit about for tobacco use only at head shops. And like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke tobacco out of a 6-foot bong shaped like Jerry Garcia's head at a restaurant back when you could smoke in restaurants. And I wanted to have a segment of it's only funny if you really do it and take comics bits, but the fucking Stephen Wright had a bit about getting a traffic ticket and pleading insanity. Who else but an insane person would park on the free? I forget how the bit goes.
Went to court for a parking ticket. I pleaded insanity. I said, Your Honor, why would anyone in their right mind park in the passing lane?
You pleading insanity on this?
That's how I get out of federal jury duty.
I found a fucking lawyer that's fun that I know. I had to make a new will because I realized I'm aware of my lifestyle. I know I should have a will, but back when I made one, we had first moved here. We had one house, bingos. If she gets shit, then they can cut all her disability
assistance.
Yeah,
state assistance.
So yeah, I had to remake a will now that we have more shit.
Well, you got that CISO money rolling.
The point
in.
is, it was the lawyer is a guy that was really one of the catalysts for me moving here. So yeah, I'll talk to him. He's up for a gag. If you want to plead insanity on this, that would be fucking hilarious. I'll bankroll it.
I got a $62 ticket, but I'm willing to play whatever role you need me to.
It could be funny. You are technically insane.
Technically, yes. I have documentation.
Let's take a Stephen
The
Wright
federal
joke.
government has deemed you, like, mentally
we're
incapacitated at some level, right?
Can we spitball this a little more? Because I don't want him to take away my driver's license because I'm too insane to drive my golf cart.
You can't have shoelaces anymore.
Yeah. I want to make sure that
I don't like wearing slip-ons.
I'm insane, but I'm not dumb enough to shoot myself in the fucking foot.
We'll talk about it. We have a long night of drinking ahead of us. Let's get to CISO quickly. The new special on CISO. No?
You wanted to go to Inman.
Oh, fuck, Inman. There's a...
We'll wrap up on CISO.
Yeah, we should wrap up. Well, we have to do the latest on James Inman. If you haven't heard all the podcasts, I actually watched The Unbookables last night. I got 40 minutes into it, and then Kenny showed up, so but I'll watch the rest. But the recut is completely different, and I laughed my balls off. I really liked it.
I'd never seen the first one, but when you told me last night that you were watching it on Amazon, I didn't know it was on Amazon, and I watched it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
The new one is on Amazon.
While James Inman was going on tilt hardcore, I kept calling him for over a week. He never answered it's his wife's phone. He doesn't own a phone.
He has a wife?
Yeah. It's been covered. I'm like, then I find out he shut down his whole Twitter account because of our bullying of him. I guess there was some bullying, but there was bullying back. He's just not good at it. We don't care. But I did watch the new recut of The Unbookables, and I fucking loved it. And there's Walsh and Sean Rouse. Sean Rouse carries the fucking thing. He's so funny. I want to tour with Sean Rouse. All I'm missing is the comedian that can corral Sean Rouse. And Nurse made him. Every part of him is fucked except for his comedy.
I'd carry Sean Rouse all over. That guy's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but what you need to do...
Easy,
what
Chad.
you need
This
to
is
do,
a big job.
Oh, yeah, I don't know all of the
What
details.
Chad Shank needs to do is write 5 minutes of comedy, which you're going to do because you're going to be opening here October 6th, Betty. Everyone in the room, locals. Mishka Shabali and Christine Levine will be playing on October 6th at the Stock Exchange, and he's going to be hosting. So I hope you write some shit.
All right.
You'll do it. You have to do it now. It's announced.
I can announce fucking people's names. I don't have to know shit.
You don't have to, but you're gonna wanna. You're gonna go, I'm gonna fucking write at least one fucking joke. You know you will.
I might have already, but then I look at it and then I think it's not funny, so then I just cross it out and throw that away.
Chad
How do you
Shank
get past
has,
that part?
since the audio book came out, Digging Up Mother, rave reviews for a groundbreaking audio book that includes podcast elements and people from the book. Yeah, we did something I don't think anyone else has ever done.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I don't know how to take it when people tweet, "Oh, the audiobook is so much better than the book." They're both me, but
you can listen. You can read the book and then listen to podcasts. All the people are basically on a podcast. I mean, we offer it in separate parts, or the audiobook where it's all put together.
But a million people have said,
Yeah.
"Oh, the audiobook."
That's good.
I read the book, but the audiobook, so much better. And always with Chad Shank named.
I set up a profile on Audible's website so that I can start soliciting to read more audiobooks. And I didn't have any credits. It just has like a cookie cutter template where you put shit in, and it's like, what's your credits or reviews? And I'm like, well, I don't have anything. And then I was like, oh wait, Stanhope has reviews on his book. So I cut out every section that talked about me and put it in quotes and pasted it in my reviews. I finally quit because I felt like a douchebag. I was like, I don't have anything to put in here. And I was like, I'm just going to stop putting stuff. There's a lot of people saying nice stuff about me.
It's so hard. The hardest thing in this business is when you have to write your own bio in the third person. Doug Stanhope is this crazy and
often
you're
considered
writing about how good you are, but you're acting like you're not writing it. It stinks.
Yeah.
It's fucking vulgar.
You need more MP.
So at some point I go, you know what? Now we have reviews from newspaper. Just put that. Put what they said. I don't want to write anything about myself. But Chad's gonna do audiobooks.
I already found one. There's one that's only an hour long. It's how to build a chicken coop. That's probably going to be
the irony is just so awesome.
First audiobook.
Back up. If you haven't listened to every single podcast, there was a time Chad Shank was trying to build a fucking chicken coop and going out of his mind, and then took acid and tried to finish it on acid, and then everyone on Twitter is trying to tell him how to fucking... And so one of the Audible.com people sent him some things. Hey, this is what you have to do. You have to buy this equipment. You have to have, and you have to deliver a finished product. He can't like audition.
Yeah.
He has to read an entire audio book.
And then edit it.
Send in a finished product to see if he gets picked up. And after that whole podcast, or a couple podcasts that lasted about him trying to build a chicken coop, the one they sent him was some guy writing a 1 hour, 9,000 words about how to build a chicken coop.
Well, and the other great thing about it was that he was boasting that he had 1,200 followers on Instagram. So I could enter into an arrangement with this guy where we do 50-50 split on the sales
of the audiobook.
But I got more than 1,200 followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
You guys will fucking buy a $3 fucking book if I read it on a chicken coop, won't you?
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's why you say. Oh, yeah, because you'll get 50% of that.
Yeah,
in perpetuity, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also a bonus deal where you get, if it's their first audiobook, you get $50 that you split with the author. It's like a whole, I don't know, ACX. If anybody's interested in reading audiobooks, anybody can do it at acx.com, and then you have to just set up. But you have to have fucking done shit. I'm lucky
And you
enough
can
to
get
have done
our
shit.
audiobook on audible.com, Digging Up Mother. And CISO, the new special. All right, this is, we'll try to make this succinct. We're probably at an hour and 10 right now, I'm guessing.
Just under.
Just under.
We're not bad-mouthing CISO on this.
No,
are we?
we're not. I did the other night.
Okay,
Because
I'll stay quiet then.
if you don't know, I use Facebook. I don't read comments. But the other night I read comments. And everyone had problems with CISO. CISO is a new streaming service. They got their growing pains like Netflix did before Netflix was
Amazon,
popular.
same thing. Amazon.com.
Yes,
Same
Amazon.
Weird.
Well, CISO is part of Amazon, so you
The
can
partners.
get it through Amazon Prime or PlayStation. I don't know. Fucking even one.
Roku, Xbox. It's on a lot of platforms.
All right, so yeah, you can get it, and everyone's being a cunt. And I was demoralized reading the comments But the big thing is CISO only works in the U.S. unless you know how to cheat the system.
Backdoors.
So I've been putting on my Facebook. I don't read your fucking comments anymore. I did that one night. But I'm putting up, hey, if you know how to cheat the system, explain it in Facebook comments under one of the topics. Yes, I want you to steal it. Like 2 people that night went, oh, I'm sorry. Well, sorry, that's just the way it is. People steal stuff. Oh, no, I'm encouraging you stealing the fucking thing. I just don't know how to do it. I'm a technotard like fucking Betty is. I don't know how to... But I'm making a platform so you can show how to steal it if you BitTorrent it. I don't give a fuck what you do. I've found this since I first started putting out CDs. Yeah, the people that will buy it like me, I don't know how to steal shit, and I have the money to buy it. You don't need... If you're in the U.S., CISO gives you a free trial. So if you're that much of a cunt that... Not a cunt. You don't want to spend $3.99. You get the free trial.
For your third month. You could have watched all 2 months, and then you get the third month for $3.99. You get 2 months free.
Yeah, and people aren't getting it. Yeah. You can get it for free if you live in the U.S.
I'll tell you right now, if you sign up and immediately cancel, you still get the 2 months free if you put in the code Stanhope.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to try to... Because that's my thing, is always like, I don't want to try to remember to cancel shit.
Right.
You don't have to. If you sign up with the code Stanhope as the promo code, you get 60 days free. And if you cancel immediately, you still get 60 days free.
Yeah. All right, here's the bad news.
That's probably
I
not
found
the
out
greatest
today.
promo.
Look, all they want is people to log in.
Listen, they want people to sign up. From what I know, it's all comedy. From old reruns of Johnny Carson up to Jay Okerson's
The Mighty
doing a bit.
Boosh is on there.
I immediately
Monty
started
Python.
watching The Life of Brian as soon as I was done with your special.
If it stinks, cancel it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll fucking tell them that.
I have
they
every
were
other
pissed off that one night. I read all those comments and I've made a bunch of tweets that were negative about CISO because I felt like a piece of shit because I don't know how to tell people how to fix it. Yeah, my fans are dicks. But the point is, yeah, you don't like it, cancel it immediately, and otherwise, oh fuck, I just got billed for $3.99. That's the price of a fucking number 2 at Wendy's.
Hey, I'm technologically challenged, and I had no problem with it.
You need a quote
In your face, Stanhope!
That's an 81-year-old woman who just said that.
Part of the value...
That did time as a felon. Yeah. Oh, Bingo's parents got it. Yeah, they can figure it out.
They barely had bingo.
No, it's the international. Why, you fucking hate us now?
That's not what this is.
I know. I didn't know when I fucking took the deal.
The value to CISO is that they can start getting these subscribers jumping on, and they start testing the system and getting it out and figuring out these problems. Nothing's solved overnight.
All right.
Well, the people complaining that it's not overseas, that's going to actually help CISO because they know that the demand is there and they'll want to produce it to more people. I mean, that seems to me.
When you put out a free trial, you are assuming that people will forget. That is the marketing scam. So if CISO doesn't like me pointing out that they're using the oldest, easiest marketing scam since Columbia House Record and Tapes, tape a penny here, get 9 albums, but if you forget to cancel, we're gonna fuck you. That's what you're doing. So I'm pointing that out, and guess what? My fans are drunks, and they will forget, no matter how much I remind them. And I'm going to this premiere, quote-unquote, premiere party in 2 days. Where I'll see the CISO people face to face, and I'll be able to belligerently, with hot alcohol breath, explain this to their face, and I can't wait for that. I tried to use my emergency surgery for my hernia to get out. It was supposed to be the 12th when I got my fucking surgery. And I go, I'm sorry, I got surgery. I can't. Well, we'll tell them it's emergency surgery. Yeah, tell them whatever the fuck you want, but surgery is more important than sitting and talking to a bunch of fucking suits who are gonna make obligatory comments about what they liked about this special and all the things we can do in the future. Hollywood's such a fucking just gas bags. So yeah, I can't wait to tell them. Yeah,
Good, because this is going out on Monday, the morning of your premiere with the suits. So, yeah.
All right.
Well, I want them to have some context of why you're
Good.
blowing hot alcohol breath in their face, and they're like, who are you?
Anyway, international. There's a VPN I keep hearing over and over again. There's a way you can do it. Just go to my, scroll through my tweets and my Facebook shit, and people will tell you how to steal it. If they BitTorrent it, I don't know what that means. I know the nomenclature. I don't know what it means.
Kind of like LimeWire or...
Fucking steal it and put it out.
It's a way of collecting it onto your server,
And
onto
the
your
other bad news,
your hard drive.
we got a little bit fucked on this one because last time we went on Netflix, and it was 3 months before we could sell hard copies, DVDs, where they sign it, and it's you have a thing.
It's exclusive with
6
CISO.
months now. Six.
Okay, so they get an exclusive for 6 months before you can actually burn hard
so
copies and get them out there.
I kept telling people on the internet, on the
So
social media.
So there will be hard copies out there long before you're able to put hard copies out there, is what you're saying.
Yeah. You know what? Fucking sell them. Burn it on a DVD and sell it on fucking eBay. I don't care. You have to understand, I worked on this for 18 months before I filmed it, and then it was almost a year before it was released. And I was just so happy that the references still make sense. ISIS, if ISIS was defeated, I'd be defeated. Like, remember ISIS?
Anyone?
Yeah.
Cricket?
Yeah. The special holds up, and I never say this about my shit. I really fucking like this special. Yeah, Duggars. It doesn't matter. I spelled
You
the
set it
Duggars
up
out.
right.
I set it up
good.
so if you never
Everything-
heard of the
everything hits.
Duggars,
It's
then,
good.
You get it.
And the Royale looks awesome on camera. I mean, some people were, some lighting director or something was hitting up.
There's
Hitting up
always
Hannigan.
one cunt
But it's
that
like-
you fixate on because he sent some tweet.
But everything-
Next time, hire me for lighting. And then, of course, Hennigan jumps in before I ever read
The
it.
director.
It's it was lit the way we wanted, you fucking cunt. Like
this guy-
hashtag like your opinion matters.
He's trying to make his job sound important. It's like, it really worked, and everything he complained about is what I liked about it, is that it was just you on that stage. It was just, there weren't light bulbs hanging down or a big
I fucking hate
backdrop.
so many comics I love that I watch their HBO Showtime specials, and you go, this is not what comedy is like when you do comedy. This is overfluffed, overlit, fucking roving cameras in the audience, which nothing will queer an audience from laughing than a fucking giant camera in their face. How much are you gonna...
You flip out when there's a phone in your face with the red light on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you're fixated.
That's a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I wanted to plug. Well, I guess. Oh, if this goes out Monday, yeah. Take the fucking. How is Philly a 3-point dog to the Bears on Monday night? I know it's at Chicago, but yeah, take Philly. And Kitchen Confidential,
Blessings
I
be
finally
with you.
finished. I was gonna read like 9 books during my
Blessings be
surgery,
with you.
prelim and post-op. I only finished Anthony Bourdain, who is now in my top 5 day drink. Who would you rather day drink with? Anthony Bourdain, Kitchen Confidential. It's 16 years old, but I get around to it.
I think he
finally.
still smokes too. So you have,
Oh yeah, he does.
smoking
Fuck
and
yeah.
drinking. You guys have a good time.
I want him at the Funhouse. Fucking torture at Bourdain.
Doesn't he follow you on Twitter?
He follows me,
Yeah.
but he doesn't respond to my fucking tweets. He's probably busy.
Blessings be with you.
All right, thank you, everyone. Chad Shank will be doing books on tape. We're actually gonna try to write one just for you to do. We have a open. We'll talk.
What?
After.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Can I pick the closing song?
Oh wait, that's right.
Wait, did you have some thank yous for anything?
Yeah, I do. I have thank you. Someone sent me a book, a Buddha. They tried to steal the Bible, but it was a Buddhist book. And
the Bagat. What was that? Bagat.
Bingo. What else? You got some shit.